This is the English Literature Web YouTube channel. I am Professor L.B.Gayakawad, teaching on the topic Reading Comprehension, Part 4. As per neuroimaging study, there are three overlapping neural systems in the sense of the reading comprehension. The first level is networks are active in visuals, orthography, phonology, that is angular, gyrus, and semantic functions. Remember, these networks are active. It means that the networks are in the active situation, means they are in the working situations, and they are visuals, means we can see them, means they are visuals. Orthography means there are the spellings, there are the hyphenation and capitalization, and all these things are included in the orthography. And phonology is there. It means in the phonology there is the study of sounds, there is the pronunciation system of the sounds. That is angular gyrus. It means that it is the region of the brain, and this depends on the brain, that is the point. And semantic functions means here when we study the particular reading comprehension, then the relation comes with the semantic meanings, I will say functions, that the meanings of the words and phrases are very important, and the brain of the student works in that way, and it takes out the meanings particularly. These neural networks are not discrete. It means that they are not separate existence, means they are connected with each other. It means these have several other functions as well, means they have other functions also, means they do other functions also. The Broca's area working in executive functions helps the reader to differentiate the depth of reading comprehension and textual involvement as the reading goals. Remember, there is the Broca's area which is working in the executive functions. This area helps the readers to differentiate, means to make the difference between the depth of reading comprehension, means this strategy helps to make the difference between the reading comprehension in the sense of its depth, means in what quantity there is the depth to the particular reading comprehension, and textual involvement means what is the involvement of the text, or in what quantity the text is powerful or the text is useful, that is involvement of the text as the reading goals. And these are nothing but the reading goals of this particular reading comprehension. Vocabulary and reading comprehension are inextricably linked together, means here remember these are the particular symptoms of the vocabulary and reading comprehension which are really inseparately linked together. Inseparately means remember, separately means they are united there, means they work there together. If there is separately, then that will be the separate works, but they are inseparately means they are working with together or with the unanimous decisions. Pronouncing words is the work of self-experience on man's part. Remember, here the explanation is that pronouncing words, when the researcher or when the student or the teacher is going to pronounce the particular word, it is the work of self-experience, means if that gentleman has the self-experience, or if he is developed himself properly, then he can pronounce that word properly. Or if there is no development of the gentleman properly, then the pronunciation of words will not be proper, or there will be the mistakes in the pronunciation of the words. The students of small vocabulary cannot know meanings like other students. Remember, there are the students of English area, or there are the students of native English. These students, or I will say the interested students of English, they can make the proper study of the pronunciations, and they can do the pronunciations very nicely. But the students other than these students, they are very common students, or they are very, I will say, ignorant students in the sense of the particular development of the pronunciation. And that's why here it is said that the students of small vocabulary, if these students have no vocabulary more, or if they do not know words and phrases on the large scale, these students cannot know the meanings properly like other students, means like the brilliant students or like the intelligent students, because the meanings are very important in the sense of the reading comprehension. Means when we are doing the comprehension of the particular passage, paragraph, or if there is the particular text, then there should be the proper knowledge to the student about the meanings. But if the students have the limited vocabulary, then these students cannot know the proper meanings of those words, because every words will be difficult to them, and that's why they cannot know, but particularly the meanings, and it will be very difficult for them, or they will not do the comprehension, or they will not read properly the text or the passage, and they will not do particularly the I will say the comprehension of that text, and they will be very unable to solve those questions and answers which are below the passages, or which are asked on the paragraphs. And that's why it is really the work of the students who are really very expert at knowing the meanings of the words, phrases and sentences. Means totally they must have the proper study of the languages, because reading comprehension is not only the exercise of English language, but it is the exercise of all the languages. That's why all the students should have the knowledge of all the languages if they are interested in the particular language out of these languages. To improve vocabulary, homonymous idioms, similes, metaphors are very significant, and that's why these students or such students should study the homonyms, idioms, similes, metaphors. It means that metaphors, I will say, metaphors is the figure of speech. They must know what is metaphor. I will say she is the fairy of jungle. So remember, the fairy of jungle means of a jungle is the particular their part of the sentence which is showing their metaphor. Means she is the fairy of jungle, means she looks like the jungle, and that's why it is the hidden I will say simile, and that's why it is called the metaphor. Then simile means what? Simile is shown with the word as or like. I will say that my mother is like goddess. So like goddess, this is the part of the sentence which is showing the simile. Means my mother is like a goddess or like goddess. It means that my mother's comparison is being done here with the goddess, and that's why it is the simile. Then idioms. Then idioms means there are some phrases, some idioms which are very important there to increase the knowledge of the students. Then homonyms. Some homonyms are there which are the homonyms, and these homonyms are really very important words for understanding the students. Andrew B. Miller is of the opinion that the teacher should give students the words and phrases for practice before reading the book before them. So remember, if the students are there for the work of the comprehension, or if the students are ready to read the text or the passage or the paragraph, it is very much essential that the teacher should give the practice to the student, and he should give the practice of the words, because the student should know the words and the phrases very properly, because they are going to read that particular book. And if they have no practice of those words and the phrases, then they will not read the book properly. And in this way, our gentleman, that is linguist, says that his name is here Andrew B. Miller. Andrew B. Miller says that the teacher's duty is very responsible duty, because he must give the practice of the words to the students before going to the comprehensive part or the reading of the book or the passage or the text. The teacher should teach the students the words, phrases, synonyms and their meanings. Remember, it is the best activity on the part of the teacher. Means when the teacher is in the class, the teacher must have the attempts to increase the vocabulary of the students. So the teacher must give the practice to the students, means he should give the students the practice of words, phrases, synonyms and their meanings. He should familiarize students with sentence structure related, means when the teacher is teaching a poem, he should read the first paragraph and he should identify those words and phrases there, and he should tell the meanings of those phrases and those words. He should, if it is possible, he should give the meanings in the mother tongues also, because the mother tongue is very much useful for understanding the meanings in the sense of the students, because actually the English language is such a language that that is very easy for the students of English. But I will say that though English is the mother tongue of the students, but some words are very difficult for the English students also, because though English is their mother tongue, but actually there are some words which are very difficult for the English students also, though it is their mother tongue. And this happens with the students of all the languages. And that's why here I will say that the attempt of the teacher must be very honest, and he should give at first the knowledge of the words and phrases in the class when he is taking his poem, or when he is teaching his particular text. This attempt of the teacher develops the knowledge of the students, and because of this the teacher can be very much successful in teaching, because the standard of education of the students will increase and the students will understand particularly the words and phrases, and they will not have the particular difficulty to read the text, the passage or the paragraph. Prefixes, suffixes and roots are essential to increase the understanding of the students. Remember here the important thing is that the prefixes, remember what is prefix? Prefix is the particular letter or syllable which is used at the beginning of the particular word. It means that there is the original word, and before that original word, or at the beginning of that original word, the letter or syllable is attached or added. That is called the prefix. Means that prefix is fixed. Pre means it is fixed before, means at the beginning of the particular word, original word, and that is called the prefix, or so it is called the prefix. For example, I will say social is the original word, and we are putting there anti before this social, so it will become anti-social. So social and anti-social, these are the two words which have been there in front of the student. So that student will increase his knowledge because of these two words. And if the teacher continues this practice, then that student will understand or will increase everything of the knowledge. So social and antisocial are the two words which are very nice words on the part of the student, because he will understand two sentences, means this is social or this is antisocial, means he will understand the positive and the negative sentences. So prefixes are very important for increasing the knowledge of the students. Then suffixes, I will say. Suffix is the particular letter or the particular syllable which is added at the end of the particular word or the original word. I will say here go is the particular verb, and going. So go plus ing is equal to, it has become going. So now see, at first it was the main verb, that is go, and then it became going, means go plus ing. So go plus ing is the suffix and go is the original word. And when going has been made from the go, then it has become now the new structure, means at first it was go, now it became going. So we can say he goes, she goes, and then we say I am going, she is going, means in this way the student easily can understand the languages. And suppose English language, or if the teacher teaches the students uh, any language like this, then that student can understand easily and he can do the work of the comprehension properly. That is the point. And then roots are there. Roots are there. Now roots means what? The original words. Means just we saw social. Social is the original word. So such original words also are very important for the understanding of the students, and that's why the teacher must do all this. This reading comprehension makes student strategic, and when such type of technique is there with the students, or when reading comprehension is there with the student, then that student becomes the strategic students or the students of styles in his learning language. To read the comprehension, the teacher should convert the social learning into teaching methods through this use of cognitive process in gaining knowledge, or modeling between teachers and students. Remember here the next point tells us that to read the comprehension, means it is very much important thing that the comprehension is read, because it is the passage, it is the paragraph, and it is the, I will say, text, and this text is read, and that is called the reading comprehension. And reading comprehension means what? The understanding of the text. When such type of reading comprehension is there, the teacher should convert, means the teacher should change the social learning into the teaching methods. Means only the teacher should not teach only the teaching methods, means because of the teaching methods the students can be bored. He should change the social learning into the teaching methods, by which the students will be very much interesting in the sense of the language learning or acquisition of language. And in this way, with this use of cognitive, I will say, the mental process will be that, and with the help of this mental process there will be the gaining of knowledge, and with the gaining or with the acquisition or with the getting of this knowledge, there will be the modeling between these teachers and the students. Modeling means that teacher will be the best model among the students or between the teacher, and the students will be then the models between the students or among the students. So this will be the modeling system if the particular teacher is doing the honest efforts. After 20th century, comprehension has been a lesson to students who solve comprehensive questions given by the teachers. Remember, this has been the practice, and in every examination of the board, or I will say university, there are some texts or paragraph or passages given for the study of comprehension, and in this way the students are doing the study of those questions and answers continuously, and that has been the best practice of learning. It has been developed students, it has been developed means it has been in the situation of developing, or it has developed students writing skill and speaking skills. Means remember, if the student is understanding the words and the phrases continuously, if the student is understanding the similar words, then he is understanding the opposite words, then it is very easy for the development of the language on the part of the student. And that's why these things will increase the writing skill and the speaking skills of the students. Nowadays, research studies have said that the effective way of teaching the comprehension is to learn, practice reading strategies. Means remember, it has been the research that the best way of the comprehension is the practical reading strategies. Means that a teacher must do the exercise from the students, and that exercise should be practical reading strategies. The examples or ways of teaching comprehension is reading aloud. Means the teacher must give the chance to the students that the students will read those paragraphs or those texts or those, I will say, passages aloud. Means he will read them loudly. Then group work means the teacher should provide the students the atmosphere of the groups. Means he should collect students in the group and he should give the exercises to the students there making their groups and more reading exercises, and in this way the teacher should make more exercise with the students, and the teacher should include himself with them. Then the reading comprehension really will be successful. Here today we have finished today's part 4. Here again we will go to the next topic. Till then I am stopping. Thank you very much.